21 volumes of manga in 1 week? I don't think that's half bad. Hi guys, it's April and I just got done doing Fall Into Manga Love this past week. The idea was to try and read as many volumes of manga as I could for the week that fit into certain challenges and things like that. I mostly went off of manga that I wanted to complete. I do know I hit a couple of those challenges, but that wasn't ultimately my goal. My goal was to read some series that I wanted to complete, some series that have been sitting on my shelf for a while, and some new volumes that I had gotten in and I was really super excited about. I would say that I was relatively successful. I read 21 volumes of manga for the Readathon, which ended up totaling about 3,944 pages. I did not complete my TBR. I never did get around to doing a reread of Fruits Basket, but I figured I'd save that for the next round of Manga Love. But let me start talking to you about what I did finish. I did do a vlog for the whole week. I broke it up into 2 different sections. If you would like to check that out, you can get some more spoiled-filled thoughts on each individual manga as I read them. Here, I'm just going to give a brief overview of the things that I read, just in case there is somebody who doesn't want to be spoiled. The first volume I read was Sue and Tai-Chain, Volume 1. This is set in the Cheese Sweet Home universe, along with Fuku Fuku Kitten Tales. This is a story of a senior cat, Sue, who is 17 years old, whose house is invaded by a kitten, Tai-Chain. This is basically just their adventures as they get to know each other. There is a Volume 2 that is coming out next month. What I've read here, I absolutely love it. They are just the sweetest little adventures, and as a cat lover, this just spoke to me. Then I picked up Volume 2 of Not Your Idol. This is a manga series about a girl who used to be the head idol in a girl group, but after an assault, she decides to go into hiding and fall into this boy persona. This is what happens after that assault, after she decides to get away from it all, and how she's dealing with that trauma. This volume right here, I liked it just as much as I liked Volume 1. It does touch on some very hard and dark topics. So this is one of those reads that I can take in pretty quickly, but I usually have to take a moment after I'm done to just kind of sit and digest everything that I just read because it is so hard and it is so heavy. I do highly recommend it though. I then picked up 7 volumes of Alice in the Country of Clover. This is the Cheshire Cat Waltz storyline. When I went into this whole manga set, I didn't fully understand the Alice in the Country of story arc universe as a whole. This is all based on a dating game. So each of the storylines, each of the story arcs is as if Alice is dating one or more of the characters within Wonderland. I did not necessarily know that going in, so coming from Alice in the Country of Hearts and then jumping into Alice in the Country of Clover, Cheshire Cat Waltz, the characters felt completely different. I didn't necessarily know how we got from point A to point B, but after I realized how all of that actually sets up and what is actually going on, things started to make a lot more sense. I really got pulled into this storyline mainly because it's based off Alice in Wonderland, but also because there is this unknown element to the story with Alice's sister, and I really want to know what that mystery is. This did not conclude that mystery for me in the slightest. It is a series that if I do manage to see a copy here or there for relatively cheap, I'll probably pick it up, but otherwise I'm not going to actively go searching for it, mainly because it is so confusing at times. And last but not least, I managed to read a grand total of 12 different volumes of Food Wars. This is all of the volumes of Food Wars that I own. I had previously read up through Volume 3 for Manga Love. I didn't have Volume 4 and like 5, I think, or no, 4 and 6, and I managed to get my hands on them, so I figured I'd go through all of these. This is the story of Soma, who has entered into a culinary institute after his father kind of pushed him out of the nest and then ran away. It follows Soma as he's kind of learning new techniques. He's doing all of these food challenges. There is a good chunk of fan servicing that goes on in these stories. When people eat really good food, they tend to have these like foodgasm type episodes. So be warned about that. It took me a little while to get past that, But there's this whole storyline with Soma's dad and the fact that Soma knows very little about his dad's past. And now that he's going to the same culinary institute that his dad had previously gone to, he's starting to pick up some of his dad's cooking history. And I like it and I want to know more about it. I hopefully at some point will learn something at all about his mom. She's very rarely mentioned in these first 15 volumes. I don't know if she ever will be. But this is another series that, yes, I do want to continue on in the storyline, but I'm probably going to start picking it up digitally just because I don't know if I fully want to invest in acquiring all of the volumes. I got these at a very discounted price through library book sales and used sales and things like that. So this didn't cost me a lot of money, and I think I want to know more about the series before I just go whole hog into getting every single one of them very rapidly, if that makes sense. So those were all of the volumes of manga I read for the Fall Into Manga Love. If you participated, tell me how you did down below. Also, if you have read any of these manga, I would love to hear your thoughts on them. And if you would like to see more videos like this, subscribe, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.